my God, we're home. We're finally back. The explosion has begun, and it took all of quite possibly AEW's worst pay-per-view of all time to bring us back. It is the TSK, but do not be frightened. We are here to review Double or Nothing, all the good and the bad. I am joined, of course, with everybody of the TSK. I've got DC, my man, right here. To my left. I don't know how the whole thing's going to end up being set up. I got my man DC, and I got my man Robert Davis. We were going to have Harold, but last minute guest came in, and it is what it is. So we're just going to be us, and there's no harm in that.
Nothing wrong with the little trios, baby.
Hey, how you doing? Love the trios factionary. So, Double or Nothing came and went. It was at the same time as Battleground. I did not catch any of Battleground, even though I had the entire day off, because you know what?
Wasn't bad.
Relaxation and Zelda are more important than Battleground.
I will say, having seen both shows, not a bad week for wrestling.
Hey, there you go. That's always a win. Not a bad week for wrestling is always what we're hoping for, because we got to try to grow this whole thing right back on it. So, initial thoughts before we jump into this whole thing. Am I overstepping my, my intro skills, my hosting skills by calling this the quite possible worst AEW pay-per-view?
I think it's neck and neck right now for All In 2020. I don't know if you guys remember that one, but that one was kind of ass too.
Let's also not forget. Was that the one that had the infamous Mox and Omega?
No, that was Revolution.
Let's not forget that one. That one's got to get an honorable mention somewhere.
But that show was fine until the end.
Right. I was like, one of these days we'll actually have to figure out a top five worst or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll do a fun rating show one day. But until then, we got to talk about Double or Nothing because, like I said, it just happened last night. And the biggest thing coming out of the pre-show at least, is Jeff Hardying his way through a match, I guess. So I didn't catch it. Rob caught it. Hey, from the clips that I've seen, it looked like Jeff Jeffed. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it like that, like a negative thing, but it's like we all saw him try to hit that whisper in the wind against Jinder Mahal, and when he missed him by a fucking mile.
Yeah,
it's you expect him to fuck up once or twice, and he did his fuck up once or twice.
Let's also not forget Jeff Hardy's 45 years old.
And also hasn't been in a ring in 11 months.
Yeah, it's true.
Considering he probably has a ring in his backyard.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Well, Matt has. We know Matt's got one.
Yeah.
I would hope they at least both have one. We know whether there's the fucking compound.
Yeah.
We know there's one.
Have Senior Benjamin, tighten up the ropes if need be.
Yes.
Is that what it is? Were they too loose? No, I don't know. It's whatever. It's his style. I think that's pretty much all in all what it is. You know what I mean? And not everybody can do the bouncing off the ropes, lucha style all the time.
Yeah, Dan hit it on the head pretty much. Jeff is getting up there in age, and if he's going to try to do this for a couple more years, he probably needs to redo the moveset a little bit.
Just a tad bit.
A little bit.
Just a tad bit. Just save yourself and the negative hate from the internet as well.
Yeah, the internet, they're a bunch of assholes. But Jeff looks good for 45.
I give him his props because there's not a lot of people that could go through what he's gone through to then still show up and put on a match, whether he was slopping through it or not.
Right.
I've always been the guy that I will gladly hate on him. Oh, hang your boots up, go away, bye, whatever. And he ceases to do so. So fuck it. He's flipping me off while he's fucking up. And you know what? Hey, at least he's out there still doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's my gimmick. At least he's still out there doing it. So go ahead, DC.
My whole thing is it's popular now because it just happened, but give it another week and a half, it's going to be forgotten.
Oh, I'm sure.
Probably.
I'm sure some bullshittery else thing is going to happen.
I'll do one better. Mo, by the time, Max, is recorded this coming week, which, by the way, if people aren't subscribed to that, they should be.
Hey, do it. It's on the same network here, Joe.
Got to do the fully cheap pop.
There you go. The cheap plugs, ladies and gentlemen. Max Tag Team Champions coming at you.
By that time, by Thursday, honestly, this will probably be forgotten.
Well, hopefully it will be forgotten because there'll be something good that have come out of Dynamite that's going down in San Diego. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for a lot coming out of that show because there was a lot of questions left out. Like, you know what I mean?
You mean
There
San
was
Diego, or is it San Diego?
San Diego. That's right, San Diego. If you, for those out there who are love you some Anchorman as you do, and as you should,
As you should.
by the by. But okay, to jump into this, it's Orange Cassidy versus the World, as I've been dubbing it, and it's literally everything that everybody hates. And Jim Cornette, I'm sure, was throwing every remote he had at a television because the reality is he hated Orange Cassidy winning. He hated Orange Cassidy dominating the AEW world, defeating 20 other men to retain the the international championship.
Is there anything about AEW that Cornette does not hate?
I always find it weird that he's always got something to say. I mean, he's said maybe one or two good things, but if you hate the damn show so much, why do you watch?
Because he's a professional.
I will say this. You know that Simpsons meme, "Angry Man shouts at cloud"?
Yep.
That's Jim Cornette.
That's Jim Cornette to the T. To the T. But it's I think that, I mean, there's not too much to touch on. A battle royal is a battle royal. Everybody had some cool spots. Fun. Orange looked like he was going to get tossed about 3 or 4 different times. There was dudes hanging out on the outside being hella smart, but they were just like, I felt like they were just taking full advantage of just hanging out inside the ring.
Absolutely.
Like Swerve, just fucking just chilling. I'm like, whatever. I mean, it worked out in the end, but the question remains: who's there? Who's left?
I mean,
who is left for Orange Cassidy?
I mean, honestly, it seems that they're teasing Swerve against Orange, and I'm running that back as a singles match. I think would be absolute fire.
Yeah,
but I mean, there's definitely some opponents there. I mean, as thrown together as the Battle Royal seemed, it basically looked like, okay, if you're not on the card, you're in the Battle Royal, basically.
Fact.
I mean, if you weren't on, on the show last week, or you're not on the show next week, you're in the Battle Royal. But I think there's definitely some opportunities there. With Swerve and OC. I know we've talked about amongst our group, Roosh and OC would be a good one.
Oh, I would love to see Roosh. I would love to see Roosh crown as a champion. Bandito is another guy I would love to see crown as a champion.
Garcia.
Danny Garcia. I mean, that's another guy that who wasn't in the Battle Royal. Or was he in the Battle Royal?
I don't think so. He might have been.
I don't know. He could have been. Got lost in the shuffle if he did, but there's a handful of people. Honestly, my initial reaction is to go Miro, but I feel like they want him for the TNT title. I don't know why. It's just they want to build the multi-time championship lineage of the TNT title. There's so many 3-time champions, and I think he would be a 2-time.
Yeah.
So, it's just who's next is the question.
I think part of it is like. And maybe I'm wrong, but I almost feel like they're trying to get somebody to hold the record, and which now I think Cody has it.
Cody had what? Is he a 4-time TNT champion?
3. We got a couple of 3s.
There's a few 3-time champions. So, I mean, I think it's Sammy's one, Wardlow's one.
Cody and Sammy both have 3. So
there you go.
You would either need Sammy to get it again and make 4.
As far as OC goes, though, what I was thinking about last night, because we do got Forbidden Door coming up. Yes. Somebody from Japan coming over. Suzuki and OC. I think that would be.
Oh wow!
That would be something.
That would be a crowd pleaser for sure. That sounds like something straight out of PWG, so I love it already.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind seeing Suzuki hold that title, because that means he'll just be here.
Exactly. And I don't think they would have a problem at all, or filling a role with Suzuki on television in any capacity.
Absolutely,
I understand how over OC is, but we're talking about the murder grandpa. We're talking about the guy that to this day, his theme is sung more than Seth Rollins' theme.
And just the opportunity to see Suzuki fuck people up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
why
sir.
I keep telling people, like, and I can't find this anymore. Suzuki versus Gunter.
I think that was Over the Top Wrestling.
Yep.
OTT.
And it was
Ooh,
just
OTT,
straight
nice.
shop fest. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I can hear it from in my head right now.
Yeah, it's definitely echoing through the skull right now.
Right, and then just the idea of the hamburger chests and the whole nine. Oh my lord, Jiminy Chris!
But yeah, I think there's definitely some opportunity for OC.
I like
honestly,
it. I mean,
you could even bring in
there's
Naito.
plenty of dudes. Go, I'm sorry, DC. I totally cut you off.
Bring in Naito,
please, dude.
It's free agent. I'll see why not.
I've been talking the Naito name in AEW for the hottest minute possible because he is that guy that's, in my opinion, and I love Tanahashi. He's a step above Tanahashi, but for me, he's a step below Okada. But he's the perfect other guy.
I will make this.
He's the perfect other guy.
I agree. Everybody always calls Okada, the John Cena of New Japan. I would say Naito is the Randy Orton of New Japan.
I could say that. I could see that in a way.
See that.
And just imagine Naito winning the international title and treating it like the IWGP Intercontinental.
See, I love that.
Chuck it across the ring.
Since we're staying in the realm of Japan, I have to bring up a guy that's already pretty much has what I'm thinking a match set in Wembley for this belt. And heaven forbid they would rather do it at like a Dominion or at a Wrestling Dunkatku, whatever like that, for Will Ospreay to take on and possibly beat Kenny Omega for the U.S. title. I would love to see Will Ospreay go against OC again. Put on that banger one more time again because they did it
part
in the first
two.
Forbidden Door.
Yeah, why not?
Exactly. Now you do it part two. You have him win the international title, and then maybe at the next pay-per-view, the next all out or whatever, all in, whichever the next pay-per-view is. After that, you have him go him and Kenny, belt for belt.
That would be nice. Wouldn't mind that.
Throwing out ideas. You know how the fantasy booking goes. You run with the hot ideas.
It gets wild, especially around here.
You're telling me, bud. So, speaking of wild, Adam Cole versus Chris Jericho. So, and I gotta say this right off the fucking bat. It was like Chris Jericho versus Sabu for like 5 minutes. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I didn't sign up for this.
No.
And I don't hate it, but I didn't sign up for this.
No.
And Sabu didn't look too bad.
Given everything that man has done and gone through, and
exactly,
he looked all right.
Not too shabby, if I'd say so. Not too bad.
For 70 years old, he scaled that top rope and jumped through that tape like it was second nature.
Like he was back in Philly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just
power
absolute
of
carnage.
Power of Thunder Snow. All I'm saying.
The power of Thunder Snow, a bazillion %.
And man, I get it. I know it made no sense him being there, but
none.
It was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun. That was probably the only entertaining thing about this whole match.
My biggest bitch with this match was the ending. All right, so it's supposed to be a non-sanctioned, which means there aren't any rules. So
I was saying the same thing. I was saying the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
You basically have Aubrey, who's just like, no, we're done here. Bring the bell. Like, no.
It's like you are not there to stop it.
Adam Cole should have just stood up and been like, or like, raise the hand, and do the whole,
10 count.
Raise the arm 3 times, and then when it falls, then it's over.
Yeah, shit. There's no such thing in a ref stoppage in a non-sanctioned match.
This was probably out of all the unsanctioned matches that we've had in AEW, this was probably the most tamest one.
Oh, for sure.
Um,
For sure.
you know, and from the big picture of things here, you know, it's almost been a year since Adam Cole did get hurt. So the whole idea of him being in an unsanctioned match, you know, after it was booked, it's like, all right, cool. Adam Cole, Chris Jericho, and Saint. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Take it back a second. Take it back.
This might not end well for somebody.
I got a feeling Britt probably told him. She probably said, "No, you are not doing this."
I could see that.
It just it was bad. Let's just to be straight honest, it was bad. They really truly wanted an MMA finish with this ground and pound idea, with the shots that were literally pulled by Adam Cole, as he's literally pulling shots. He's making it as obvious as can absolute be that he's not really fucking attacking Chris Jericho, and then it's Aubrey comes in and stops it, and it just it for a match that had no wind under its sails, it really stayed landed, and it just what made you scratch your head and think, was somebody hurt? Is Jericho?
I mean, a gig would have helped that ending.
Something.
He's sitting there beating his face in, and he's not bleeding. No visible marks. No nothing.
So how do we know he's that injured? And I'm not saying like that's okay. I think that's also if I want to be the outside thinker for a second, that's somewhat the downfall of AEW right now. Is it's we can't be like, oh my god, he's so knocked out because motherfucker ain't bleeding to death. So you can't be that bad. I'm seeing fucking Moxley fight a dude in the stands bleeding to death. You ain't bleeding to death. Come on. Start bleeding. So
I hope that's the end. Honestly,
well, no, they have that fucking mixed tag.
Yeah, you're right. It's not the end.
Talk about like one match that San Diego has to deal with, and it is what it is. But hey, hopefully that's the blow off. I think. I hope.
It needs to be.
I don't know. It was bad, and then just it from the show dragging off that one match, we go into this one, and you know what? And I've said it after watching it back. If it wasn't Jeff Jarrett and it was Sanjay Dutt and there was no Karen Jarrett, hey, this wouldn't have been that bad. I bet you would have been a hell of a lot better. I bet you would have even been fun.
Yeah.
You had to say that name.
But we had to deal with the entire Jarrett fucking family. And I'll say it because I don't give a shit at this fucking point. That when I see them on television, you get immediate negative TNA vibes. And I know there's a lot of people out there, oh, boy, you should have watched the hot part of TNA. And I get it. Every promotion at one point or another was hot. When I see them, I think all the bad. I think Dixie Carter in its prime. I think the butt fucking worst. That's what I think. And it just seeing them out there, I think on top of that bad match, literally just was like, I didn't care. I was like, I even told you guys, like, I love to go on a food run. I just, it was so lackluster for me.
I mean, highlight of the match was probably Aubrey taking that guitar shot. She took that like a pro, man.
That blows my socks away because she's never touched. She's the sacred. Don't ever touch Aubrey.
I mean, she head down and just ate it.
She is the female Earl Hebner.
Like a damn champ.
I love that. That's a great comparison. Yes, I have to give it. Okay, sorry, couldn't help myself. It's. I'm hoping this is over. Jeff Jarrett needs to go away for a little bit.
Please.
Well, no, he's got to have at least 2 more title matches because he's had pretty much every kind of title match. Like,
you stop it right now.
Feed him to Wardlow then.
Oh, I'm cool with that. I can deal with that. I can go with that.
Can we just have like MJF just squash him?
um,
No, don't you dare allow him to get one of those. Get power bombed to holy hell by Wardlow, and that's the furthest you fucking get.
yeah.
Okay, then how about this? Since just to get it over with, MJ or Wardlow, get him, power pound like 65 times, pin him, then have MJF come out, ring the bell. MJF just puts his foot on him, and then be done with it.
Max he's only wrestling one more match this year, so we got to use it on something. Got to use it on something good.
One on the docket. That's it. So we'll see how that whole fucking thing goes. Oh my goodness gracious, dude! Fucking Bullet Club Gold really hate Ricky Starks, bro. Like they fought each other in a match, waited 2 matches, beat his ass in the back, and Juice. There is not a hype man in the history of professional wrestling that is as loud and also annoying as Juice Robinson when he's screaming his fucking head off.
Rock hard, baby. That's the man.
To me, the only one that even comes even remotely close, Paul Heyman.
He's not as annoying though.
I mean, I was probably about 50 feet away from Juice when I seen him last Sunday at Long Beach, Cal State Long Beach, and I swear to God, he might as well have been 5 feet in front of me. He was that loud.
Fuck, I believe it. I believe every word of that. So finally, Chris Jericho has gone back and listened to many episodes of Max, apparently because he told some fucking douchebag in the back after he threw a fireball in his face, "I'm a wizard, bitch," which is perfect because I've been telling you to say that for fucking months. It sounds awesome. Every time you get a chance on television, you throw a fireball, it's "I'm a wizard, bitch." It just rhymes, it rolls right off the tongue. All right, so I want to ask before I give I'm like dipping my toe in the water here. What were your guys' initial reactions to Wardlow and Christian Cage in this ladder match?
I thought it was okay. I didn't hate it. I didn't like it. And we're just like we're coasting right in the middle.
I fuck with that. DC?
You have so many fucking people on your roster that are ready to go, that are not injured, that you are doing fuck all with. Scorpio Sky?
Yeah.
And yet Jeff Jarrett had a match. Christian Cage had a match.
Christian's a name. I'll give you that's the only thing. I mean, Jeff Jarrett's a way bigger name, but I hate Jeff Jarrett. But I'll give you that. Christian's a name. That's the only one I'll give.
Turtleneck game is so strong.
Like a bug.
Now, if you want to have Christian as a manager, great. You want to have Christian in a tag team, okay. His singles runs were always,
The whole thing about the way this match came together, though, was just weird because it looked like Luchasaurus was the one going to get the match. And then Christian's all of a sudden, nah, it's me. You're wrestling me.
No, you're getting sued. He's still getting sued. It's over the mask.
And
I thought they dropped it.
No.
Let's go.
Yeah, so yeah, I didn't find that out till way later, but that's why he didn't get the match, I guess. That's why Christian got it. Okay, cool.
I like
create a new mask.
I'm with you. Just create a fucking whole new mask and bring it I'm sure you could recreate a fucking. How hard is it to recreate a lizard mask?
Not hard.
Come on, goddammit. Even if it turns into like a mask that he takes off and wears like a smaller mask or something. Come on. What about fucking? You remember when King Cuerno and goddamn Lucha Underground had this fucking whole ass headpiece? Like, come on, bud.
That was wild.
Like, come on, we can
remember
do some
the Vader headpiece from the early 90s?
Vader time.
Come on now. Yeah. Let's go. Come on now. Let's make it something fucking cool. Make him a real badass.
But the thing with Wardlow, I think probably the highlight of this match was him thinking he was 205 pounds jumping from the rope onto the ladder, just totally shredding that ladder.
That fucking ladder exploded. And I wanted to give him shit for like barely hitting Luchasaurus, but hey, that is like the perfect way to hit a fucking swanton. Is you clip the dude in like the perfect little spot and then you're barely touching him. But the reality is he had to land through a ladder right after that. So it wasn't as fun, but it was incredible to see. I will admit that, considering the fact the guy's like 6'5", like 6'4", 6'5", but like easy 280. That's just crazy to see. I thought the match full blown served its purpose.
Yeah.
Christian Cage went out there and he said, "Hey kid, this is what I do, you know. Let me show you how to fucking do a ladder match or whatever." He took it as easy as he fucking could and they won. And he won. So it's, you know, I said the same thing about Orange Cassidy. It's like, oh well, goddamn, who's next? And so the same question goes out for Wardlow. Who's next? And DC mentioned a handful of motherfuckers. You know, he mentioned Scorpio Sky, who's supposedly on his way back. You know, we finally got Chris Statlander back, and we'll talk about her later. But you know, there's returns are coming. You know, Forbidden Door is happening with, I want to say 5-6 weeks from now.
Almost 4, actually.
Oh, actually 4 weeks. So even faster than we thought. So it's coming right around the goddamn corner. We need guys. You know what I mean? And these could be perfect opportunities to defend titles. And the TNT title defended against a Japanese superstar, an international superstar nonetheless, would be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely would.
No, we'll probably get Wardlow against Lance Archer.
Why you do that to me?
They'll probably send Yoshihashi over.
Only if Lance Archer finally fucking wins. Do you understand me? If he finally wins, I'm all fucking for it. I am all for it. Literally. Like dead ass. Dead ass. So this was short. This was sweet. When I think everybody kind of knew, just like we just had that inkling. I guess it's a fucking word to use. About Jamie Hayter being legit injured.
Yeah.
And having to take the fucking belt off of her. So Tony Storm wins it. In a fucking, you know, they ambushed her, they beat her ass, whole 9 yards. She tried to get some help, but she ended up losing anyway. I mean, she looked like a fucking stud, not fucking going down. But in the end, Tony Storm is a 2-time AEW Women's Champion, and the LWO, the Ladies New World, or the LNWO, let's go with that, has the biggest title now. Does that mean she's a transition champion?
I think this is just setting up for Jamie and Storm at Wembley. I mean, what bigger pop to have Jamie win it in her home country?
I like that a lot.
I mean, it sucks she got injured, but, you know, you got to do what you got to do. The last thing you want is another, you know, Thunder Rosa situation.
Exactly, but you give her 3-4 more weeks to get healed, and if it works out, cool. And if not, well, then think of a cool international star you can have against Tony Storm.
You know,
backup plan.
Jade Cargill?
I'm already saying that, but wouldn't you want an international somebody for Forbidden Door and then save that one for the next pay-per-view afterwards?
Probably. Jade's actually going to take some time off, and then when she comes back, they're going to shift her character a little bit, was the verbiage used. So
I like
pretty
it.
sure
I like it a lot.
She's have a face turn.
That's fine. She goes 60 and 1. Take some time off, get revamped, get a nice baby face pop when she returns.
Have Goldberg manager and turn her into Jadeberg.
Stop it. Stop it right now. Don't you fucking dare. Like, he was talked about in the presser. I don't know what the fuck was asked, but it bums me out to hear that the fucking name Goldberg even fucking rings a bell in TK's mind to the point where he's just like, yeah, sure, let's fucking bring him in for some bullshit. Why?
I mean, he went and got Sabu. He'll go get Goldberg.
I think what it was is he was picking up some fucking coke from his dude, and he saw Sabu. He's like, oh, hey! And you want to be on the show? All right, let's be on the show. And there it was, baby. Oh, yeah, that's exactly how Sabu had. Give him the whole everything. That's
and then there's Bob the Fish sitting in the corner thinking, am I a joke to you?
You're fucking ain't right. He's a joke. You're goddamn right. Oh, my goodness gracious. So I swear to God, we knew this was going to be the Acclaimed against House of Black.
Yeah, we absolutely did.
For some dumbass reason, it was an open challenge. And I'm like, why are you lying? Dude, I don't remember this being no open challenge, nothing. I remember the Acclaimed being being the team that won something or another that set them up for this match.
I mean,
they set it on Dynamite.
They even confirmed it. They had the graphic and everything. I know I'm fucking crazy, but I saw that graphic. I know you saw it too.
I was gonna say, I was like, look at here. I know I'm not all the way sane in my brain, but I know what I've seen.
I remember they aired it, and then all of a sudden, like later that episode, it's like, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now it's an open challenge. What happened?
What had happened? So
you had the Acclaim and Daddy Ass winning something. They won something to get to be the number one contenders for the trios. Okay, cool, but
was that the
challenge?
The Trios de Mayo Battle Royal or something?
Something like that. Yeah. What happened on Rampage?
Yeah,
I remember this because I remember fucking Excalibur saying it. This is how they got into the match, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, sweet. And then it just, regardless, we're fucking sputtering on the situation. I don't want to say the best part of this was Max's rap, but him and the Christmas
boy,
this guy finally turns it back up, or I don't know, just got the right thing. He hits Brody King with saying that he compares him to a character on RuPaul's Drag Race, which, by the way, Brody King almost cracked. Going to say that right here, right now. And if he finds out I say that, I'm going to die.
The ironic thing about that is Brody King was actually a stagehand on RuPaul's Drag Race.
That's hilarious. That explains why he almost broke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. And of course, we all know that Buddy Matthews is being heckled by a kid named Dominic.
That
broke everybody. Everybody broke. It was just super good.
Destroyed our Discord chat.
Oh, that was the first time the whole night that whole fucking crowd woke up.
Yeah.
Off that one line. Which, by the way, if I didn't say that at the beginning, I gotta say it now. This crowd sucked.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen some bad crowds before, and of all the crowds, I'm thinking, there's no way Vegas is going to be bad, right? This is Vegas. There's no way Vegas is going to be bad, right? They were fucking terrible. I don't give a shit if it was 11,000 people, if it was fucking 1,100 people. They were fucking crap. Like, that's the problem. It was a crap audience, and I really think that took a lot out of every single fucking match. Except for this one, because fuck the crowd, because everything looks awesome, and they did a lot of cool stuff. Billy Gunn is bigger than Brody King, and how
is that even possible?
Right?
This man is 60 years old. This man is old enough to get a welfare check. AARP.
I was about to say AARP, man. And he is bigger than Brody King, and it just, oh my goodness gracious. Again, did not compute in my brain.
He will turn 60 later this year.
Fuck me.
I grew up watching him in the early to mid fucking 90s in the Smoking Guns.
Yes, dude. Where he was this giant fucker then still too, but he was just leaned out.
Like, I remember I was talking to a buddy of mine about how, like, people from the Attitude Era that are still left and still competing.
Mm-hmm.
Like him, Jarrett, Edge. I think that's it.
Christian.
So you got 4 guys, and honestly, Billy Gunn was before that.
He was before the Attitude Era even got any hot.
What was it called? The New Generation?
The New Generation, mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, how?
The cartoon times.
He looks better than Jericho.
He does. And Jericho was Attitude Era. So again, you got a guy who, by the way, they were both wrestling for a minute in 92, 93, whatever. Yeah. So yeah, it's like, but to think that they're still fucking going is bananas. Is absolutely bananas.
Yeah.
But Black Mass.
Great shape.
I don't know if he's in tremendous shape, and I fucking hate him for it. I don't know of any fucking trios on any planet that's going to be able to beat these fucking guys. Is there any way we can get like 3 guys from the Monstars, maybe? Like that's the only guys
That's
I can
probably
think
what's
of.
going to have to take.
Hey, you got the TSK right here.
I mean, I'm not fucking with Brody King. Are you kidding me? I made him. I laughed at the joke that got broke on him.
I got a steel chair. I'll use it.
That's I'm gonna need more than that, Jack.
I'll fight anybody except House of Black.
Hey, attaboy.
I'll do it. I'll take
He's
them all
smart.
on.
Smart man. But again, I'm curious as all hell what trios can beat him. Maybe I don't want to say the Elite because I don't want them to do that right now.
No.
I really want a Kenny singles run. I really, really do. But then again, I don't know what they're gonna do.
Hear me out.
They're doing their own
man.
thing.
There's so many possibilities.
You're telling me.
You got Forbidden Door coming up in a minute.
I'll have like 3-4 weeks.
We get an LIJ reunion.
Oh, nice.
Mm.
I'd love that.
So think about it. You got Andrade. You got Naito. And any of the other guys from LIJ against House of Black.
It'd be fun. It probably won't happen.
Maybe a fun little thing.
Hey, we know Tony Khan listens to us. You know, he's probably in here. He's probably
okay. Well, if we're gonna play that card, that we have to realize that there's also going to be a lot of dudes that can't be in the Forbidden Door.
Oh,
yeah,
and he can't.
The whole cheese is between AAA and CMLL.
I mean, New Japan only just works with one company, so I don't understand why they can't just say, "Well, I don't give a fuck." Who cares? They're not in that company anymore. They're with you. Which, again, I don't get because it's not like these guys are contracted through AAA anymore or CMLL. So I don't understand. They are under AEW contract. It absolutely blows my mind.
It's a lot of it sounds like just a lot of butt hurtness, but it is.
Hey, there you go.
And
I love that.
Conan.
I don't think it's Conan. It's old heads. It's the old pioneers that haven't gone away yet. But all right, we talked about Jade and her possibly going away. We already kind of spilled the beans and how she got to 60-1, but we didn't expect how she got to 1. So her and Taya Valkyrie a little bit better than their TV. I want to say no, it wasn't. It was a TV match. A little bit better than their TV match. Not by a whole lot. I really
entrances
I don't
cool.
like how it. Yeah, I don't think. I don't like how it ended. I don't like it. I was in perfect. If it would have been like a fucking roll up, it would have been anything else other than her literally just being able to hit her move anyway. It would have been like, okay, cool. She fucking, she won by the skin of her teeth. Not, oh, well, she's just overly dominant. Well, she's 6. It's, she has never wrestled anybody back to back. This isn't somebody like a Nyla Rose or whatever. You know what I mean? She had more going for her. And I figured you could have just did more to help Taya look a little stronger. Now, again, I could absolutely be overthinking this. I could be blowing it out of proportion. It's just my thought process. I just think that you kind of immediately knocked Taya down a peg.
Yeah.
Maybe it was on accident. Maybe it was on purpose. I don't know, but it happened. And then there's a humongous pop for Chris Statlander, who had been on the docket to return for a minute. They finally get it now. Thanks to dumbass Mark Sterling, left a lovely open challenge. Statlander comes in. She is your new TBS champion. She goes on hiatus. Does Statlander have a long tenure as champion, or is she going to hot potato it in 4 months?
It's kind of hard to say, just because that belt's been held hostage for the last 500 days.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, now we can do something with this.
Absolutely.
We can build up some more ladies finally.
Hopefully.
And does Taya turn heel now?
In what motive, though? Not like she got screwed.
Well, you would have that, she came so close, and then Statlander comes in and, the steamrolls.
I mean, there's possibilities.
I think if anything, and I hate that I say this like this because this totally sounds like an E move. I think that would give her leverage to have the first shot against Chris Statlander
and lose again.
and lose. But then again, I think that would also, there you go. It's a WWE thing. So you're gonna look strong for 2 seconds and then go right back down to peg, and it's like, okay, great. This is not what we wanted.
Now,
Yeah.
is Taya going to be the AEW equivalent of Dolph Ziggler?
I hope not. Personally, I like Taya.
I do. I like Taya way more than I like Dolph Ziggler.
True.
Way more.
Way better looking.
So does John Morrison or Johnny Nitro or Johnny Impact.
Johnny
or Johnny
Boxing.
Elite or
Call him
whatever.
Johnny Boxing until I see him do anything.
Johnny
different.
Boxing. Yeah.
Johnny Boxing. I was a tad bit shocked that the Four Pillars title match went on before the Anarchy in the Arena, but then after seeing Anarchy in the Arena, I know why, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the 4-way, we got MJF, Jungle Jack Perry, Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara and K.I.W.T come out, and of course they announce what we could all suspect because, nobody else brings out cue cards in the middle of a fucking title match other than Sammy Guevara to announce it. They're having a baby. So it's like, all right, good for them. All right. You're kind of hoping maybe Sammy would also win the belt at the same time, but it is what it is, We can only hope and dream. But it was really good. I know that took a while for me to say. It took a while for me to say it.
It was fine. It was fine.
It was very spot fest.
Yeah.
It had a lot of, hey, let's go do this really fast. Hey, let's do this really fast. Hey, let's do this really fast. And not in like a negative context thing, but as like we have a gap of time to kill. You want to do this move? Okay. And then they did some stuff, interacting, plotting a story, fucking having the whole idea of like MJF hitting the crossroads, could he win off of that shit? Taking the microphone, going up to Sammy, telling him, hey, babies are expensive. Broke every dad in the fucking room. Every single dad broke out and laughed when he said that line. You know what, Sammy? He's right.
Yeah, just take the money, bud.
Take the money, bud. Trust me, these fucking kids. Money? What money? But I don't know. I don't want to say I wanted more. I don't want to say I expected more. It's just as fun and as good and as I don't want to say collaborated because they didn't really have that much of the fucking. They had some chemistry, but amongst each other, not with all four.
It kind of killed me when they were just standing around punching each other. Like,
yep, it was very WWE.
I was like, what are you doing? Like, if Cornette's watching this, he deserves to rip all four of you for this right now.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody hit a disaster or a destroyer at one point. I mean, that's typical AEW thing to do. Don't really necessarily hate it for that. I don't want to say it could have been better, but I'm hoping that this means these guys get something out of it. I mean, it's I'm trying to remember, how did this whole thing end? So it was Darby Allin, I think it was going for the coffin drop on, I want to say he was either Sammy or Jungle Boy, and he puts the fucking belt over. It was a Jungle Boy, and he puts the belt over him. Darby gets hit, does the whole fun, side headlock takeover, gets the 1, 2, 3. I'm thinking that's gonna just lead to some more lovely Darby versus MJF, which I'm all for. I've been known to say it. I said it on Max that Darby could absolutely be the Sting of this version of WCW, and yeah, until I see any different, I'm going to call it this version of WCW. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I don't mean it in a negative way. I don't mean it's not in a negative context. It's just there are so many things that feel like we're trying so hard to be the opposite, which is what WCW was, but in a positive way.
Yep.
So again, none of this is a bag.
But
until anything changes, that's what I'm calling it.
I made this prediction, and Mo, I said it on Max. None of them were going to be the one to take it. Not one of them. We all know the one to take it is going to be Adam Cole.
Baby. I don't hate that idea. My only question is how do we even get there? I feel like that's such a out of left field kind of thing that how do we even get there? That's like telling me Brian Danielson's going to be the next one to win it.
I mean,
How the fuck are we going to?
if it is going to be Adam Cole, I think that's something they should save for maybe Full Gear.
Yeah.
Let Max hold the title for a year. I mean,
Why not?
I mean, personally, I'm kind of over it, but let him run with it for a full year.
He's getting the Roman treatment. Only a handful of matches because he says so. A whole lot of talking for no goddamn good reason. I mean, it's not super negative. It's not the fucking absolute worst in the world, but it's gotten boring.
Yeah.
It's not boringly bad where it's like, oh, turn off my television, but it's like, all right, MJF's talking. What else? What else we got?
He's singing a song now. Okay.
Because it's like it seems he's constantly running the same promo each time.
Feels like that way.
Yeah.
Like, hey, my contract is up at the end of the year.
Yeah, and if anybody was there during the live media scrum, the fucking comments were filled with, oh, we'll watch him go to WWE in 2025 or whatever. And it's like,
hey, I mean, he fits the mold. Does more talking than he does wrestling. Go for it.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, at this point, it's not necessarily that, oh, he won't fit there. It's not us coming to battle for him. It's if that's what you want,
go
for it.
Go for it.
Smell you later, bud.
Do they need him? No.
They don't need. They need whoever the fuck they want to need. You know what I mean?
And I will say this: the MJF gimmick, as we currently see it in AEW, will not work in WWE.
Oh, that's a bazillion percent.
Yeah,
bazillion.
Like it's gonna be great value MJF.
Hey, that's what he wants.
If he wants to make that money, then dude, go for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, more power to you, as they say. So, Anarchy in the Arena. What the fuck can we say about Anarchy in the Arena? They had a live band playing Wild Thing the entire time.
Was it the same band that did the actual song?
Violent Idols.
Violent Idols. They actually do John Moxley's non-Wild Thing entrance.
Oh, his first theme?
Yeah.
The better one?
Mm-hmm.
I missed that theme.
Yeah, that was a good theme.
But it was a lot of shit. It was a lot of shit.
I'm kind of glad Justin kept the tagline, shit's about to hit the fan.
I mean, it's great, and I love that he's doing that. Justin Roberts is an unsung hero here in AEW, whether people want to believe it or not. He is an excellent ring announcer, and any little zest he can put on anything is fantastic. I mean, for crying out loud, what other guy is going to get away with fucking announcing Kenny Omega the way he announces Kenny Omega? Nobody else is going to be able to do that. Nobody.
No. I can't hear Penzer doing that.
No, sir.
No.
I can't do it. It's not going to happen.
Maybe Chimmel.
But
Chimmel might.
Hey, if he wants to come out at a time, I'm all about it.
He works for AEW.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He does. Holy shit. Oh, my goodness.
I mean,
see how often I pay attention to their backstage hiring?
I will say this. I've been a fan of Justin Roberts since he was in the other place.
Right.
And you look at how Tony Chimmel introduces Edge. Started off just as a joke, and then it just became like this thing. To give you an idea, I went to a SmackDown in 2016. It was SmackDown 900. And they brought Edge in just for a special appearance. Tony Chimmel was working backstage. They had him just come out, do Edge's introduction, and that was it.
That was, and then see you later.
See you later. Thanks for coming in.
But I mean, I'm cool with it. Like Justin Roberts, he is this generation's Tony Chimmel.
I love him. He's the man. This whole thing, there was who got dragged out. I think it was Matt Jackson got dragged outside by Claudio Castagnoli. They're fucking fighting in a truck where homeboy gets fight. And it's funny because anybody who was ever like a little kid that loved wrestling as a child, and your dad had a truck, or anytime you saw a fucking a rectangle you can run in. They were always ropes.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God,
Facts.
Matt Jackson hits the fucking ropes in this small ass Dodge truck in this corner, and then gets fucking killed with I think it was like a pile driver, just murdered, to come back in with an exploding fucking shoe, which is I want to say that was they did that in another match.
I don't
I just
remember.
don't remember which one. I want to, but I've seen it. I've seen them use it before, or at least maybe it was something. No, actually, I don't. No, was it that? I swear they did an exploding one before. I hope I'm thinking of the same thing because I know I've seen the thumbtack shoe. I'm gonna have to look it up. Maybe it was like a PWG show. And I'm just talking out the side of my neck, but he hits that. They end up taking the shoe off and his sock. He's stomping fucking thumbtacks. It's just sheer, utter fucking brutality. Somehow, some way, Kenny Omega is the Kenny Omega of old. You might as well fucking throw Okada at him because there was no beating him. It took 5 guys to beat him, especially 6 if you include Don Callis, and it took a fucking Don Callis coming in and waving in a masked man that turned out to be Takeshita, and it is an RI setting up for the debut of Kota Ibushi. Now, granted, the Blackpool Combat Club did end up winning this one. Good for them. I don't know what this means for this feud. Is obviously going to continue. At least Don Callis versus Kenny Omega is going to continue. So it's.
I mean, hell, maybe we even get Don Callis versus Kenny on Dynamite or some shit like that.
Sure, I'm down. But I my immediate question, and I'm sure it's obvious as holy fuck, is how soon do we see Kota Ibushi? Because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Probably in the next month, easy.
I would say this week or next week.
See, I would, and I would be the most jealous person in the world because the possibility of me going to the show is looking less and less likely because of adulting. But if he ends up debuting Wednesday night in San Diego, I swear to God, I'm going to shit bricks. But I would love it. I would love it. You could use that as a build to your first match for fucking Wembley. You could use that. The debuting Kota Ibushi is going to tag team with Kenny Omega to take on, I don't know, fucking you figure what the Takeshita and whoever the fuck else.
Yuta, maybe.
And Mox.
Yuta, Moxley, probably Brian.
Takeshita and Mox.
I could see Takeshita and Mox
against Golden Lovers.
I could see that, but then what? Then again, would you now that we brought Mox into the situation? If you really want to go that hard in the New Japan world, wouldn't you rather do Shota?
Yeah.
Would you rather have Shota Umino come in and be the fucking tag partner of Kenny Omega? That you took my prodigy, now I'm taking your prodigy.
I would.
Protege.
That would be something for Forbidden Door. I mean, there's so many possibilities to cook up between Forbidden Door and then All In and then All Out, which I guess is going to be a week later after All In. We've got Fight for the Fallen and Fighter Fest coming up too. I mean, the possibilities are just looking so endless right now.
And I made the comment, and I will say this shit again: is it all out, or is it All In the one in Wembley? I always get them.
All In is the one in Wembley.
I know that one's not supposed to be on pay-per-view, but here's the deal. Here's what you do: you put it on Max. That new
beautiful HBO
Max. Just put it on there live.
I got you. Fuck yes. I don't know if you can though.
Oh yeah. You know live.
Big Tony's working on the logistics for to figure out how we're gonna view this thing.
Hey, so got a boy.
Let me put it to you this way: with HBO Max / Max, whatever you want to call it, when they air one of their premium shows, like your House of the Dragon, or when Game of Thrones was still airing shows like that, they air it live, like as it would air on the regular channel. But I'm telling you, you want wrestling fans to tune into this, to watch this, and to subscribe to HBO Max or Max, or whatever you want to call it. Put it on there.
Hey, You know,
You know how many new subscriptions you would get?
I'd resubscribe.
Oh, plethora, baby, plethora, as they say.
Plus, you put the entire AEW library, the Ring of Honor fucking library.
I'm waiting for that, by the way.
If I'm Tony Khan, what I'm doing right now, I am looking at any wrestling tape library that WWE does not have.
There's not many of them.
Whatever they don't
But
have,
I get what you mean.
I don't care if
I think they just got rid of some too. So I mean,
well, here, you know what? I don't mean to cut you off, DC, because now you got my brain rolling like that, and I love when it happens. Think about it like this: AEW is being carried in New Japan, and you can watch some Age of AEW matches on the New Japan site, on the New Japan NJPW World.
yes.
Yeah.
Why not do the same for New Japan? Why not have past Wrestle Kingdoms, past Dominion shows?
Now, to get
With the English commentary, that would be kind of sick.
Hey, I mean,
the New Japan app is not very user friendly in the US.
I only say I know how well to use it because I've been using it for 5
Right. I guess if you've been using it forever, you get it. But I mean, I understand what that's saying.
So if you expand that onto Max, which that is what Warner Discovery is trying to do with Max. That's why they took the HBO app, Max app, and the Discovery app, and sandwich them together. So what do? You look for new content. You do the exact same thing that Peacock did with WWE. You have them reach out and you say, hey, I know you got your app, that's on Prime. Make us a deal. What kind of money do you need?
Right.
It is a win-win.
I like it. Yeah, no,
Because
I'm with you. It's a
what
win-win.
don't you have? You don't have streaming for All Japan. You don't have any like the old companies.
I think All Japan does have their own.
All Japan does.
Right. All Japan has their own streaming.
No, it does too.
TT, Star, was it Shimmer and Shine?
Shimmer.
Shimmer does.
But
Stardom does.
Stardom.
You would be able to expose them to a greater audience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I mean I'm with you, and I think because my whole thought process is you could use that in a similar manner where it's like, if you don't want to buy the whole library, well then what wrestlers are under AEW contract that worked there? Yeah. Can I get those matches? Then that what you're doing is you're creating a nice little profile for certain wrestlers to see their past. You can see the Kenny Omega versus Okada versus the Ibushi from New Japan. You could see Mercedes when they decide to finally bring it in. You could see Mercedes Moné in her matches in Japan. You could see what Hikaru Shida did to win that one belt while she was working with AEW in Japan. You can expose other people to those companies, viewer, your stars, thanks to this lovely platform. It just needs to get done. It's one of those things where it takes somebody thinking outside the box to actually put that into motion. And I'm hoping PK has a guy that'll do it, or he's the guy to do it.
Or here's the idea, TK. You have 3 gentlemen right here.
I don't. I like money. I got many ideas. Bunch of them. Plethoras, even.
I like human monies.
Several.
US dollar bills are fun.
I'll tell you what. I'll do it. Just give me a blimp.
There you go. Attaboy.
I'll share it with Danhausen.
There you go. Attaboy. Share it with the Danhausen. But that is how it goes. This was, and I'm going to have to, it's going to be the fucking tagline. It's going to be the lovely thing up in the front, what they call the thumbnail. Officially, ladies and gentlemen, the worst AEW pay-per-view has hit the books, but they got 4 weeks to recover because the reality is Forbidden Door is coming. And like I said, that's the one thing we kept talking about. And because it's coming, there's only one way to really truly go into it, and that's with the TSK. The next time you're going to see us, hear from us, is going to be in a lovely Forbidden Door, how do we call it? A Forbidden Door fucking, I guess, just... what the hell, fucking just fantasy booking show, I guess. I don't know. We'll figure out a fun title or whatever. We want to figure out some fun matches that would garner all the attention of the world. I think we even decided to scale our prospects as far as WWE, but I think we could do a fun one and one of more realistic like. But we'll figure it out. We got 4 weeks to get there. But before we end this, we got to do the plug stuff. So, of course, before I give it to Rob, I got to give it to my man, my partner, my tag team partner. That is, with me, him, tag team champs of the world, baby. My man, DC. DC, what's the haps in the world, baby?
Oh, you know how we do. We do it bigly. We went in. I answered a challenge by the former Max Tag champions.
Back in the day.
Champs.
Not no more.
Told me to find anybody, any opponent, any partner. I wanted a killer. I wanted the top. I wanted the elite. You had to go with the King Mo.
That's right, baby. Multiple time knowledge champ, by the by. I don't know why we motherfuckers forgetting shit, but it is what it is with that. So, buy on that one, by the way. I issued a fun challenge. So just so you know, because you were the tag partner, to my man Chad Malcolm, because he feels like he needs some more loving after losing his Beer, my bad. Beer is hurting because after losing his last chance at the knowledge title, he wants some more revenge. So I told him if he's got to show up on an episode for Max, by the way, so that's gonna be some fun one in its own. If he could beat me in a one-on-one solo thing, he can find a partner of his choosing and take us on at a later date. All that'll go into fruition. I don't know if he'll even get by me. He's a shadow of a man, to say the least. But you know who's not a shadow of a man? Rob goddamn Davis. Rob, you've been all over the joint. I'm seeing you on Instagram. I'm seeing you on fucking TikTok like a son of a gun with the guitar in hand. You even hit Mike Larkin up, taking down the LFC ladies, showing a little bio of you. What's happening, brother, man? What's going down?
Oh, we got a lot going on. We're getting back in the game. Just like Mo said, I just hit up the LFC podcast with my boy Mike Larkin. You can go check that out on his YouTube.
Good stuff.
Was episode 201. A lot of good, got a lot of good stuff going on there. Getting back on the social media. We're in the middle of 100 riffs in 100 days.
I love that.
Pulling out any and all musical creations inside my noggin to get it out there on the social media. So if you want to check that out and see what I'm doing, Linktree / Hey, I'm Rob. Hey, it's Rob. Was it? Yeah. Hey, I'm Rob.
Hey, I'm Rob. There
yeah. I got it right here. I got it right here in the search, right here in the search bar. Cause forgetting. But come check me out there. See what we got cooking.
There's a whole lot cooking. Make sure to check out his TikTok as well. I'm not too sure. Is it Hey, I'm Rob as well on TikTok?
I think all my socials are the same thing.
Check him out. 100 riffs, 100 days. You got to get on there. At least listen to him jam out. It's worth your time. It's fun. He's got a few already hit over a K, one over 2K. Give him some love. Make sure you're checking him out. And then, of course, make sure you're checking out Max Wrestling. You can do that on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that. And even right here on YouTube, because we're taking over their channel. It's how the TSK works. This is technically the Click Talk Network woven in through Max Wrestling, but it is what it is. So we appreciate y'all hanging out. Hopefully we'll be back within 2 to 3 weeks with some Forbidden Door love, and then maybe even some All In love. God only knows what's going down with the TSK. We can only go away from time to time, but we will never stay away. So before that, we will come back before you know it, I should say. So we'll catch y'all next time around the bend. Even I'm hoping for a vlog on Wednesday, but if not, you're just going to see us. Well, you're not going to see us because we'll be in Discord hanging out. Anyway, we'll catch y'all next time. Appreciate y'all. Hit that sub.
Boys. Yeah.